Hey, everybody, how you doing? It's your girl Lush back again, and we have an amazing interview with you today. We have the one and only Wendy O'Connor that's going to be live in the building with us, and we're going to be talking to her about her artwork, what's new for her. She is a painter and artist. She also does home decor and custom made pieces. She has some shirts with her artwork on it, custom jackets, and this is one of her pieces that I have. She's actually an amazing artist that I love. She's out of North Carolina. This is her Chica Series. And we're going to be talking to her about that today. And she likes bright colors. So, I thought we'd go ahead and do the theme out here. So in a couple more minutes, we're going to have the one and only Wendy O'Connor live with us on lushradioonline.net. Don't forget to follow us at Lush Radio Online on everything, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, everything. And then also visit the website at www.lushradioonline.net. And, if you didn't catch today's series, then that's okay, because we have the rerun so you can see the playback. And you can also go to the website and you'll go to YouTube and you'll see this later on today. And then you'll have some snippets on Instagram and many more. So today we have artist Wendy O'Connor, and she's going to be talking to us about all of her amazing work. And I'm just excited to have her live here. We're going to talk about her amazing work, her Chica series. Her colors are bold, expressive, and I just love everything about her. And her smile is amazing. So I chose to put a colorful background because she loves color, because everything is pop, pop, pop. So we're going to have this beautiful lady live on here. So we're bringing her on. Hi.
Hi. You are so sweet. Thank you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you clearly.
Perfect. Good.
I am so excited. Like, the only time I got starstruck was when I met Martina Navratilova, the tennis player, and only because you're one of my favorite artists.
Thank you. That is so sweet of you. Oh my gosh, it's amazing. Isn't that incredible about social media? How it connects everyone.
Exactly.
It's everywhere. It's fantastic.
It's global. It's global. And
it is.
And
I love what you do. I'm so excited to be here. Thank you.
I have one of your chicas right here.
Yay! I love it so much. Thank you. They're so fun.
Oh, I love everything about you. Just like the decor, the artwork, and just your energy, And I love to spotlight women that are doing amazing things and changing the world and inspiring people. So
good for you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And first of all, what inspired you to get into art?
Oh my gosh, I think I've been an artist all of my life since I was a little girl. I've always done something creative. It didn't matter what it was. And my mom put me in tons of classes because, back then you just had to go outside and play.
Exactly.
And they really didn't. I mean, I don't think they were that scared about you getting stolen. So get outside, go. So we were bored a lot, and I think I just figured out ways to make myself entertained, and I found myself the most happy when I was doing something creative. So even like macrame classes, art classes, I did everything. Dance classes. I've always been in the arts. I grew up singing since I was in elementary school, and then I started doing theater in junior high school, like about sixth grade, and then majored in musical theater when I was in college. So I've always done something in the arts, but I did not start painting until my late 30s, and I just took some classes and I became obsessed. It was the thing I was meant to do. So all of those things built up to that.
Wow. Yeah. So you just exuded just art. It was just your life. It was in you. It was in your blood. Some outlet.
Yes. And I ended up with a major in interior design, which I also use now. So who knew? You just never know.
You never know.
That's what I hope people learn from me, is that you may have all these plans and this path that you're so determined to be on, But I really think if you open yourself up to what you could call it the universe, God, I call it God, whatever is planned for you is so much bigger than what you can dream of yourself sometimes. So,
Exactly. And God bless
yeah.
you. And your smile is just, I mean, it just brings light everywhere.
Ah,
Every picture, I'm like, oh
thank
my
you.
God, I love her.
You are so sweet. Thank you. Your smile is gorgeous.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And the other thing I wanted to ask, as a businesswoman, um, how important is it to know like your passion and your vision? Because sometimes we get into business, and sometimes it's trying to define the clarity of your business. What do I want people
Yes.
to see me as, and things like that. So could you talk more on that?
Yes, I think, and I didn't really intend to be a brand when I started. Originally, I just I only wanted to paint. I did it because it made me so happy, and I love doing it, whether anyone bought any of my work or not. That really did not. I was going to paint and have I don't know, some room or a barn or something. I'd have to just put a bunch of stuff in because I had to do it. Um, so there is something about passion, I think, but it has taken me a long time to figure out how how to form my brand, like what is my brand. And it's really hard. I think some people would look at it and go, oh, it's so easy. It's really a little bit more difficult when you're not one thing. So I'm
Mhm.
not just a textile designer, I'm not just an artist, and I think the art world has a hard time with if you're doing multiple things. And the interior design world, maybe at first, I think that's opened up. Um, to be multiple things within one brand, I think it's sometimes hard, but I think that's probably the case with every kind of business. But I will say the one thing, my husband and I were talking about this week. It's so interesting you asked that question because I think one of the biggest issues people have when they want to be a brand or have a business is that they want to go from the starting line to the finish line, just like that, and just have it. And but they don't want to run the race in between. And it is all about running the race. So every step you take is going to define your business and define who you are in your business and your brand. It just does. You can't get to the finish line like
That was
that. I wish we
perfect.
all could. And probably a few people do, but that's few and far between.
Definitely. And I think, I don't think some people, especially when you're a creative, you can't really get put in a box, It's like
Right.
you're like
Yes.
you're like multi-layered. So there's so many different layers to you when you peel back, the onion. And just this splash of color, everything's colorful from the decor in your house, to different things that you present. You're always doing something creative. What inspires you when you do your pieces?
Oh my God, every single thing under the sun. I wake up every day with a million ideas.
Wow.
And the hardest part for me is picking and choosing. Oh my God, okay, got to stay focused. Because as creatives, we have a hard time staying focused. I don't mind having ADD. That is a gift. I find it a gift because you can do multiple things and your brain wants to do so many things. So, I really am inspired by every person. I might be inspired by a color palette that I see somewhere. Or like the other night, I was driving and seeing all these different colors in the reflection at night. That created, I was like, ooh, or I saw a movie. Oh my gosh, what's the name of it? With Nicole Kidman. Oh, shoot. I forgot what it is.
Is it a
Because
new
I've
one?
seen,
Yeah.
yes, and I've been Netflixing. I've been binge watching a ton of stuff. Um, but
Haven't
it
we
was the
all?
color palette of, yeah,
Yeah.
yes. We need entertainment this year more than ever. But the color palette of the film, I'm obsessed. So I've been using a lot, like this blue. This wallpaper is one of our mural wallpapers that's behind me. But using blues and lavenders and purples and greens and aubergines, I'm into all of that moody, yummy colors. So I'm inspired by everything.
They're all yummy. I had to, put some color back here because I know you love
I
that
love
color
it.
pop. So,
I
and
do.
the next thing I want to go into is the Chica series. I know there was a thing about going to Bald Island and seeing, some inspiration. So, can you elaborate on that story of the Chica series?
Yeah, so that started, I did my first, so I was in galleries, started selling, I was able to sell artwork on my own and very fortunate to do that. And I'm in some galleries now and I'm doing some shows, which I really love. But I was able to do my first High Point Market. I have to go back and think about the year. It's probably been about 7 years ago. And a designer needed a painting for a show house and asked me to do a girl. She just wanted a person or a figure. And I did still life abstracts. And at the time, I was really mostly an abstract painter and did a lot of figurative work before that. And so I painted this girl that was inspired really by Carmen Miranda, which because I did musicals. She was a musical. She was in the 50s and
Yes.
maybe into the 60s musicals, and she was a dancer and a singer. And she had this whole hat full of fruit, and she was uh,
Oh,
like spicy and all of and very cutting edge for that time.
yes.
I love her, and so she was my inspiration for the very first one.
Oh,
And actually, my very first large painting I ever sold, gosh, you're just reminding me of this, was some basic figures, very abstract, that were photos my babysitter had from doing a mission trip to Haiti. And they were these
wow.
boys sitting on a wall. And so combining all of those, that imagery that I just love people in general, always have. I think every person really, we're all so beautiful inside and out. Somebody might not seem that way if they're mad and angry, but
Mhm.
really when you take down all of those walls, they are. So I try to really the Chica series just really took a life of its on its own. I mean, I didn't promote them very much in the beginning, and then I just started getting tons of commissions for them, and it they really have a spirit out. It has nothing to do with me. It really, I think, is a spiritual connection connecting art and human beings.
Yeah, because
Really,
I know, like you find the beauty in people and you show it through color and through your abstract art. And the Chica series, there's so many different variations of the Chica series. You have some
yes,
that almost. Well, there was one that looked. I love Frida, and my friend Lucy, she loves Frida too, right? There was one you had with the
yes,
flowers and stuff. There's so many different variations, and I love it's like how the climax of each painting, they give you a different feeling, and you can feel
thank
the
you,
energy of the person even with the eyes. Some of them you can
thank
see the
you.
spirit of the person through the eyes when you do it. So, and I'm telling you, you're one of my favorite artists. I'm telling you. I love your
Thank
work. So,
you. I
so
appreciate it. I know I have this girl back here
yeah, tell
that
me
I
about
paint.
that piece.
I just really wanted to paint a real person. And
Hmm.
she's really no one. People will ask me if that's my daughter. It
Hmm.
is not my daughter. I've painted my daughter before. Um, but but it's a culminate. I wanted it to be just anyone, right? Like, so somebody could see their own daughter in her, or a friend, or someone that they know. So that's really about, I think, the thing I love about the Chica series. And I do them in all different colors: pinks, blues, greens,
Yes.
browns, yellows, navy. And I had my best compliment. I had this woman stop by and she goes, "I am so glad you do every color."
I
And I'm
love
like,
the colors
that
because it can match with anything. Like it doesn't
it
matter what
can.
the what decor you
That's
have, it
right.
matches.
Yeah, I hope so. You know what? And it's so interesting because I love interiors, and there must just be something that I always think, would I want to put that in my house? in the back of my mind.
Uh-huh.
Not that it has to match your room,
Uh-huh.
but I want it to be beautiful in your space too.
Mm-hmm. Yes, yes.
Speak to you. And I want to celebrate women. I mean,
Exactly.
go ladies.
This whole thing right here was all based off of this one piece right here.
Ah,
Off of this
I love
piece.
that.
That's when I got the couch and the pillows and everything, and I like the way how you merge splashes of different colors together and different palettes and stuff. So it kind of like gives
Thank
you like a
you.
different mood. So I love it. And I love color. And
Thank you.
as a woman, you bring it's a sense of bringing like joy. And so it's a little piece of joy in someone's home.
Thank
Um,
you.
and you're so very
That's what it's all about.
and,
Really.
and
Right.
and the decor, right? So okay, so what made you pivot? Even though yes, you had a degree in it, but what made you say, "Let me pivot"? Yeah, show us those pieces.
Yes. Oh, here's one of our dreaming Chica pillows. This is a
Oh,
pillow. Oh
that
wait,
is cute.
there.
Oh my God. Okay, so I think I'm gonna have to get two of those to add to the seats.
I know, and they go. Look, that's what's so great is things go together. So
Yes.
we have so many other designs that go with other things,
Mm-hmm.
and it's all because it's using my artwork.
Mm-hmm.
So I saw. Really, I just used a photo editor. I thought there was one person at the time. There was someone making handmade, well, there were probably several people, but this one company was making hand painted wallpaper.
Wow.
And I mean, it is so stunning. They're Porter Chileo. They're amazing. They do. So that was really inspiring, but they're doing hand painted. And I knew I couldn't do that. I couldn't produce art and hand paint custom wallpaper for people's rooms. I mean,
Exactly.
that would be all I could do. And they have a team to do that. And there was another person doing designs from artwork. So I thought, well, what would mine look like? Because my art is completely different than that person's artwork.
Yes.
Like there's no way. And if it does look the same, I'm not going to do it. And it has to look like my stuff. And so I started creating designs. This was probably 8 years. I mean, it's a long time ago, 8 years ago, before a lot of other people started doing it. And I made a ton of designs, and I wasn't going to do a thing with it. And I had a friend who said, "Oh no, you have to do that." I'm like, "No, but then I won't be able to paint." She goes, "I will help you." Well, and it ended up being too much for her, and she's still an amazing friend. But I'm so grateful for her for making me do it and forcing me to get outside of my box. Again, it was not intentional to become a brand, and it's a lot of little things that help me get there and a lot of people that help me along the way. But it just happened that way. And I realized I really loved a lot of the designs that came from my art.
Wow.
Because those were things I would want in my home.
Yes.
And with the design background, I could really pick and choose between, because there are some designs I'll never use. I probably have 7,000 in my computer system, but I will never use. A lot of them are fragments of each other.
Okay.
I really am particular and narrow in on design trends or colors that speak to me or palettes that will work in people's rooms. Like right now, a lot of people are doing real feminine spaces, or more modern spaces like yours. I love everything in your living room. It's beautiful.
Thank you.
But that was how it all started. Kind of, somebody made me do it.
Well, a lot of amazing work just comes from a vet, or they say go ahead and try it out, and you have just blossomed into just all this beautiful work. I know sometimes artists fight with the thought of like the integrity of the patent when you have to like mass produce stuff. So did you find yourself battling with that when you first started pivoting?
Oh, you know it. It's why I didn't want to do it's so interesting too, and I hope there's some artists out there listening to this. It is amazing to me what you get in your head and what you think is true and right. Like that there's only one right way to do it. And the things that I thought were really written in stone as far as being an artist and having an artist life and having integrity as an artist, because if you're in galleries, there is an integrity to your art. And there are people who live and breathe, which I do. I definitely live and breathe my art. I'm here every day. I know, I love it. It's like my escape, really. I have the best family. But I found out a lot of the things that I believed were not true. And I was completely wrong. I thought that creating prints of my artwork, because you have, I know that piece, I love it so much. And it was a great collaboration I did with Wexel Art, who made that acrylic frame that your pieces in. And I hesitated to even license any of my things, art or fabric. And I realized you just have to be smart about it. Creating prints, for me, art prints, was one of the best decisions. And I just started doing that a year and a half ago.
Wow.
Maybe 2 years ago. Yes.
Wow.
I waited way too long. And it is one of the best things I've ever done as far as a business. But what I think a lot of artists struggle with is creating a business as an artist or a creative person, not even just, you can be any kind, as a person who's highlighting artist and your radio station. What would you say? What's your thing? You're probably everything. You're a creative, right?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. The way I look at it is like, I guess with productivity, because the integrity, like even when I do radio, do media, it's like, I want to still keep the integrity. I want to, we see all the tabloids and all that stuff, but I want to know who that person is. Right. But at the same time, like, okay, we know Wendy as an artist, but at the same time, who is she? She's so many layers. She's a mom. She's a wife. She's a painter, and she's funny. And there's so many different layers of you. I want people to see that and understand that, like, there's more to the individual. And I think also with artists, like there's a couple of artists, even with the integrity of music, this is my baby, this is my baby. I don't want anybody to take my baby out, this thing. But when you come to the business wise, do I want to be productive? Do I want to be able to scale up my business? Right. Because I also do business consulting on the side. So if we want to scale up the business, we have to look at the projections in the future. What does that look like? We have to conceptualize, what does that look like for me as a business,
Right. And in where my studios is, we have a lot of great.
I guess we lost Wendy for a second. We'll get her back in a second. I guess we lost her with the Wi-Fi, but we'll get her back in a second. So we're having a great conversation with Wendy O'Connor, and we're talking about, her as a business owner and seeing, how, artists, look at their work, how she was able to scale up in her business. And, okay, I think we lost her for a second, but we're going to get her back. There she is. She's back again. All right. All right, we got you back again. All right.
So sorry. I did not realize my battery was going down. I apologize for that.
Well, this is what happens when it's live. And while we were talking, my system was about to go down, and I'm like, husband, plug this in.
I know. Here, I'm going to put this right here. Then I won't have to hold my phone.
Okay.
No, that is such a great. Okay, we'll finish where we left off. So
we were talking about scaling up and you were having a conversation about just business and everything and mass production. Yes.
Yeah. So I will tell you, one of my or several of those conversations include this very topic, because I have friends who they'll sabotage themselves for their success because they want to protect that what they believe is integrity for their artwork, right?
Mm,
And my number one response is, if you want to live as an artist and have an artist life, you have to earn money to do it. And you
yes,
can't be afraid or apologize for that when you have to have, if you want to have a studio, you have to pay rent.
yes,
If you want art supplies, you need to be able to buy your art supplies.
yes.
You want to be able to pay your electrical bill and your rent money. I mean, a mortgage. There are so many things involved that is not, one thing does not negate the other. You can still be a valid and important and valuable artist in this world without compromising yourself because you create a business.
And I think that's ideal. And that was a gem that you just dropped right there about that, because I think,
Yep.
and especially, us as women, I mean, I see it a lot with some of the clients, as women, we're like, am I charging too much? Am I doing this? Is this messing up the integrity of it? We question ourselves. Sometimes we're our worst critics. We're questioning ourselves, or we have founder syndrome. Like, this is my baby. No, I don't know if I could trust this person. Different things like that. And we don't know what we don't know. And if we don't step out there and step out on faith, we don't
That's
know
right.
what could blossom and happen.
That's exactly right.
Exactly. And you stepping out on faith and trusting, your intuition and gut and God, and just stepping out there and creating this splash of happiness, for the world,
Yeah,
is amazing.
thank
Now,
you.
what does, for you as an artist, what to conceptualize, because I always ask you, what does success look like for you as an artist,
Um,
as a creator?
I would say, I mean, I feel like a success now, just being able to produce work that someone will spend. I mean, I think that's another thing. Artists don't want to discuss money, but you have to be comfortable having that conversation. And I am so grateful every day that somebody wants to have a piece of my artwork. I never take that for granted. I find that if it's just one person, that's a success because I get to do the thing that I love more than anything in the world every day. I mean, my husband has a job. He's never said that. And he said that. He goes, how lucky are you? You get to go to work every day and you love it. I'm like, yeah,
Exactly.
yeah,
Exactly. And I think that's a beautiful thing, doing what you love, and being able to give back in a sense, because you're bringing a sense of joy and hope to people just when they look at your pieces. And when you're at a height of success, and you see so many different things, especially with COVID, that's a big question I want to ask. As an entrepreneur, as a business owner, how were you able to pivot during these times that we were in?
I tell you, at first, I was in denial. I was like, what? I'm confused.
Like, what is
Literally,
going on right
'cause
now?
my kids were on bald head
Uh-huh.
because they had to leave school,
Okay.
right? And then the next thing, we're gonna shut down the state, and I'm like, I thought we were just gonna be in our house for like 2 weeks. Know what is going on. Here, let me try to fix that. There we go. I was like, what is happening? So I am a member, and this is not a plug, but I got to
Uh-huh.
tell you, it saved me. I'm a member of this group called the Southern Sea, and it was a blog, and they have this summit, and it's a lot of like lady bosses.
Mhm.
So it's PR people, marketing people, artists, interior designers, bloggers, influencers. And you can join a membership. And so I
Mhm.
did at the beginning of COVID. And I'm going to tell you, they saved my life.
Wow.
They saved my sanity. We had 3 Zoom calls a week. And we had people like the Lizzie Fortunato jewelry makers, the twins.
Uh-huh.
They're amazing, sharing every every bit of their business information, marketing people, influencers, giving you, they were not holding back. Like, this is what I do, this is how I do it. You can try this. They had PR people going, get on Instagram and do this. Different, they made all of us very sensitive to our message, right?
Mm,
Everyone needed to be very sensitive to what people were struggling with,
mm-hmm.
and especially as a brand or a company. And that was at the forefront. Everybody talked about how they were pivoting, which really I don't know that I did what someone else did, but it fired me up to not curl up on my couch
Mm,
and give up. And I was like, oh my God, I'm working. I ordered all my art supplies up there. I mean, a ton.
mm.
I bought, I bought ring lights. I made videos. I did free tutorials. I just gave things away. I was like, you know what? This is the time when you give, 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 and give. And that pivot and that group really saved me. And we fortunately had an amazing year because of it. And I really am beyond grateful to them and also to people who follow my Instagram. They don't have to follow my Instagram. I've never bought a follower, never bought a like. Those people are real, and I can't tell you how thankful I am. I really
Definitely,
am.
definitely, definitely. And I think now even I have a women's group called She Wins Network, and we're all about supporting women through their journey and pouring into them. But that whole network sounds also like Clubhouse. Clubhouse has everybody
Yes,
giving out information and stuff like that with experts. So
that's fantastic. Yeah,
yeah.
I think that's such a great thing to share with your listeners too,
Hmm.
because I think that a lot of people felt really lonely this year.
Yes, yes.
Having those groups can make all the difference in your life and
And
in
then
these.
yeah, and it really shows us that that human connection.
Mhm.
We can post pictures, we can do all that, but just that interaction, the human connection, and then you as a brand and as people, I've seen them more doing like real life, social currency, right? Social currency. People spending the time to really talk to the
Correct.
people, to understand who are these people buying into my brand, and then also that real time engagement with people. People, you get so much of the automated stuff, and you like, wow, oh my God, somebody's talking to me. Like this is a
Yes.
someone's talking to me. So it's the real life interaction is amazing. And then also with like social media, this is a time I see with a lot of brands is like to build your tribe. These are the people, they're going to go with you through the good and the bad. Stuff
Amen.
goes down, they're going to be there.
Yes.
The
Yes, you
hard
need
part.
you need
Yes.
your people,
Yeah.
whoever they are. And I love, like, there's so many mixes, right?
Yes.
You get these women who are professionals at completely different things
Yes.
and can share so many valuable nuggets, I think.
Exactly. Exactly.
That's
And
awesome.
I want to ask you from what do you feel as not just as a woman, just as in a whole through your journey, what do you feel the hardest adversity was for you?
Um, I think if I'm really honest with myself and I go deep,
Uh-huh.
it's it was me.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, I never thought about that until you just asked me that question. I would say me because I I spent way too many years, especially um, I think young people have it a little bit easier because they're so comfortable with social media. But in the beginning, I was too afraid to be. I got to turn that off. To be, I hate to even use the word. I was too afraid to be big
Mm.
because I did not want someone else to feel small. And I didn't realize you could do both. And I was too worried about what other women and really friends, which I realize now probably weren't the best of friends, worried about what they would think if you really become all the things you're meant to be.
Mm.
How many people do that? I think a
A
lot.
lot.
And I think those people that I was worried about are doing that.
Mm.
They everybody has an immense amount of potential. It's just whether or not you believe that you do and that you allow yourself to do it.
Whew, that was powerful.
Thank you.
That was powerful. And
Thank you.
like
Well, I hope somebody that connects with someone and they don't waste all those years.
definitely. And for those that are listening, and oh, Lisa Combs says, you're such a giver.
Thank you, Lisa. She's
Yeah.
the best. She stopped on a vacation and came to my studio
Oh
when she was going
wow.
on an anniversary trip. So I got to meet her in person.
Oh.
So sweet.
Oh my God. They love you. And even sometimes,
Thank you.
when we don't think people are watching, they're watching. And I think for you to have the courage to even say that, because I think sometimes a lot of us, we get in our own way. And then
Yes.
I have this quote that I always say. I said, knowing people is knowledge, but knowing self is enlightenment. And and
No doubt.
knowing yourself, and as you grow and ascend, to your purpose, because you're walking in your purpose, you're illuminating, you're bright, you are
Thank
glowing.
you.
People fall off. It could be friends, it could be family. So they fall off because sometimes they might not be able to fit in there. My husband says sometimes you step in the room and the room is not meant for you because it doesn't fit. It's not a good fit. So you find the room that fits for you, and that's that
What
perfect fit.
what a great husband. I want to know him. Amazing.
We'll definitely have a talk and stuff.
I love it.
Yes, I love your energy. I love everything that you bring to the table, Wendy, and I wish you nothing but blessings in the future. One
Thank
last question that for young artists aspiring to get into the industry business, what would be your top three bits of advice for them?
um, take art classes
Mm,
if you can, genuine ones. Like learn your craft. Um, paint for the sheer love of it. Otherwise, oh, yes. And if something feels really hard, like you are forcing it, that is your sign that that is not the thing that was meant for you. Listen to that. Don't try to be something that you see someone else doing. Really listen because you may be meant to do something far greater,
mm,
far greater, and you're trying to be what someone you see on Instagram.
mm.
Don't, if it feels forced, take that as a signal like, wait a minute. Okay, maybe I'm supposed to be doing something else. Just listen. Because it's all a journey, all of it. It took me a long time to get here.
Mm.
So, yeah,
Wow, wow.
I
You know,
only know that because I, I've done so many things. And when I found it, everything exploded all at once. So, and I want that for people. I want people to know that. It's a
exactly.
special feeling. Yeah.
Definitely, you heard it. I mean, she's dropping so many gems, ladies and gentlemen. Like, I mean, I'm blown away. I mean, the power and the wisdom, and I think the whole thing and the connection of connecting with people and being authentic and sharing a bit of you and showing the different layers. Like, there's more to you than just being an artist. There's more to you than just interior design. It's a beautiful human being inside and out.
Oh,
And
thank you. And
you're
you.
welcome. And we can see that. And
Thank
one
you.
thing that you can take away going into we're in 2021, um, an affirmation for you that you have come up for yourself. We're going into 2021. Your affirmation.
Um, to My affirmation is really, let me think, because I had several. It's narrowed down. I really just want to stop second guessing my gut
Mm,
and listen. This week there have been so many things, and I get so worked up, and then I'm like, but wait a minute. You're only worked up because you're not willing to accept what is in front of you. Right? So stop and listen to what you know is truth. That is my affirmation, and it's going to be a difficult one because sometimes you just don't want to see
it's the truth.
things.
I think we all can say that we sometimes struggle with that. We know it's true, but we're second guessing. Oh, what if this? What if that?
And maybe
Sometimes,
they meant this, or maybe this was what was happening.
mm-hmm.
No, just know that you're seeing things clearly.
Woo!
Just know that and be okay with that.
Did you hear what she just said? Okay. She just
Yes.
said,
I need to hear what I just said.
she said, if you know you're seeing it clearly, you see it's there. You don't even have to think, just do, right?
That's it. And accept it. Accept
Exactly.
what you're seeing.
Exactly. Well,
Yes.
I just want to say that I'm grateful.
I
It was
am too.
an honor and a blessing to have you live here on lushradioonline.net. Before we, sign off, I definitely would love you to give out all your social media connections out there for the people paying attention here.
Sure. Great.
Mhm.
Thank you. So I'm on Instagram at Wendy O'Connor, and it's Windy. And that is my real name. My parents named me after that song. Um, it's called Wendy from 1968.
It's
That song.
beautiful.
Thank you. But it's Wendy O'Connor official. And then my home brand. So you can see all things and products that we're doing and any sales or promotions and all those things you can follow at Shop Wendy O'Connor. And then I'm on Facebook. You can find me just by my name and Shop Wendy O'Connor. And I'm on Twitter, but really not. I don't really use it very much.
Yeah.
I want to, but I don't have time.
Yeah. Yeah. You
So
can
that's
definitely,
it.
yeah, definitely just you can Google her. She's all over the place on Google. There's a whole bunch of different write-ups on her. Look her up, and and she's out of North Carolina. You see that Southern hospitality and everything, and the accent is just
That's right.
beautiful. Yes.
We're
So,
here at Camp North End,
oh
and it's a
wow.
really cool place in Charlotte. Yeah.
Oh, Charlotte has been booming out there,
I
though. I'm
know.
like,
It's
wow.
happening.
Yeah, it's beautiful out there. So make sure you follow her, support her, and invest in our women. They're on a rise. They're doing some amazing things, and support her. Get her
Thank
art
you.
pieces and tag her with the pieces, and just show her some love. And use some of your social digital currency, and just like a couple of pictures, and engage with her, and just show that love. And
Thank you. I do follow. I mean,
yes,
I read my DMs, I
yes,
comment, I read all my comments. So I'm very active on social media. So I
yes, you
love
are.
connecting with people.
Yo, Wendy, I'm gonna tell you this. I was when you hit me back, I was like a little kid in a candy store. I
Oh,
was like, yeah.
that's so sweet. Thank you. I'm just so glad to know you. I'm so glad to find out about you too. And how
Oh,
awesome. You're going to inspire. I'm working on trying to I'm working on starting a podcast at
I
some
want you
point.
to do it. I want you to do it. And any help or any support,
I
I
love it.
will support you
You're
because I love
amazing.
you.
Thank you.
You are now officially my sister.
I love it. Mine too. I love that.
Oh my
Good.
god! And
I
I'm
will
gonna
give
get
my heart.
I'm gonna get the pillows because I need to get the pillows to match. So I'm gonna support and
Gotcha.
get the pillows. But yeah, everybody support Wendy on everything that she's doing. She's amazing, and you know that life may throw you a curveball, but you're in charge of the direction that it goes. And this is your girl Lush of LushRadioOnline.net, and you already know what it is. You just officially got stamped. Until next time, bye bye.
Thank you.